Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Impact on Your Health, where every day our goal is to have you learn at least one thing to help you live better and longer. Impact on Your Health is heard each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9 o'clock. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney, and I'm with you each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. Impact on Your Health, where each day you'll find current medical news, knowledgeable guests, fascinating health topics, and of course, we do encourage you to call in to join in. And must have been a long time coming to allow you to do just that. We were in top doc summer mode. We just kept clipping away at one guest after another. Took a little bit of a break on Monday, and lo and behold, you responded and took over the place. Well, you know what? We didn't really accomplish everything. At least I didn't get across to you what I thought I'd like to. Maybe you didn't get across to me what you thought you'd like to. So we're going to open them up again. This is a open phone, not a get them up out of town version as we do on Friday, but hey, we're midweek, and I've got some things on my plate. I want to talk about 6 mantras to start your day. I started this the other day and never really got anywhere with it. Also, to the warning about Tylenol and how really, if you're taking it for pain, you might as well forget it. It's not very helpful at all. And we're going to get into products and protocols that we have here at the office and been doing so well. A great deal of excitement, fervor around them. So look, if you got a mind to come on in here and get something off your chest, maybe ask a question of some recent things that we've done, some of the recent guests we've had, and boy, they've been fantastic, have they not? Why don't you give us a call at 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262, and I will give that number additionally throughout the hour. Now let's take a look at this schedule and see how it's mounting up. We are turning the page, folks. Tomorrow is the last day of the month of July, and don't forget, tomorrow evening here at 6 o'clock, we're having a free eye seminar. We've had many of these before, but those of you who may have eye afflictions and are considering, well, maybe considering the 3-day treatment programs that we offer, and just like to have the opportunity to meet me, have a chance to hear about the description of the 3-day treatment program in general, talk about the 10 eye essentials. After all, part of the magic behind how to get your vision back is you can begin starting these items that get your vision reversed and improved on your own. Now, this is a book written by Ed Condrut called The 10 Eye Essentials. We, by the way, give you a free copy of that book just for coming. So if you'd like to come on, spend a little over an hour and a half, not long, because you have an eye affliction yourself, or you know someone and they have the eye affliction. If they're the ones that have it, how about making sure they get here safely and then return home? But give us a call today to reserve a seat so that we know you're coming. The number to do that is 724-942-3002. That's 724-942-3002. This is in anticipation of our next 3-day treatment seminar, which is going to be held in August. The dates of which are August. Let me get this page flipped here. We're sticking. There we go. August 18, 19, and 20. It's a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Third Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the month. 18, 19, and 20. Plenty of time to get all of your records in here, get your assessments done, get Dr. Condrut to evaluate your particular case, get the microcurrent devices programmed and sent up here so that we're ready to go on the 18th. The big ones that we treat for those of you who are just wondering what the heck we're talking about, if you have some retinal disorders that really don't have much in the way of help awaiting you in the conventional world, they consist primarily of these three, and save additional one, a fourth one on cataracts, but macular degeneration, glaucoma, and diabetic retinopathy. You go nowhere. If you are awaiting some dramatic turnaround from the conventional medical community, it's just not going to happen. But there are dramatic turnarounds here, and it takes 3 days to get that thing turned around. We assess on day 1. We reassess on day 3. The changes sometimes are night and day in just 3 days. And that's only to get you started. Because once you leave us, then we'll be reassessing you at 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. And by that point, much of that vision that you thought was gone forever has been restored. So give us a call. You want to talk to Sarah by dialing us up at 724-942-3002. That's 724-942-3002. Now, other things going on in August. You'll want to be with us on Friday. We've had Fridays around here designated as Beresha Fridays. We're really excited to be involved with a company that has a one-of-a-kind set of, they're thermogenic drinks, a coffee, a tea, and a lemonade that are just out of this world. You've got to I just can't wait for you to try them and give me your impression of them. You can go to our website at pittsburghiprotocol.com, click on the products icon, and on the opening of products, you'll see a icon for Beresha. Now you can dial that up and you can order these today. Coffee, thermogenic coffee, tastes great. A mango peach tea that's just out of this world, also thermogenic, and low glycemic indexes all the way around, low glycemic loads. And then finally a new product that just hit the market here, July 7th. That was the launching, and we've got them all. So we're going to have a free testing here. We're building up to August 13th. So if you can't wait and you want to give it a try early, go to the website, pittsburghiprotocol.com. If you can wait, then give us a call to let us know of your interest. To be here on the 13th of August, we'll let you try all the products on us and see if you'd like to maybe get some on your own. I think you may take us up, but it's a rescue drink. You're always drinking something. We heard the president of the company last Friday, George Najjar, talk about how it all got started. He was sitting in a meeting, sipping his coffee, and one of the bright lights in the room said, "Hey, why don't we make a unique coffee, the most unique coffee in the world?" It all started like that. Are you kidding me? Anyway, Beresha Friday with Dr. Angelo Mitsos this Friday in preparation for the August 13th launch here. Then, on the 4th of August, Sue's here. She's here on first Monday because she'll be here on first Thursday for that free seminar. A little bit of a change this time around. She's got to get out of town to get to Michigan, and so normally her seminar is held in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. She requests, can I do this at 10 a.m.? Absolutely. So make the change on your calendar, but we're still having it. It'll be on the 7th. Give us a call to reserve a seat for you at 724-942-3002. On the 6th, first Wednesday of the month, you know who she is. She's coming back. She missed us last month. She was in Scandinavia. We'll let her give us a recount of what was going on over there. But Dr. Vava Vavoom herself, Susan Smith-Jones, will be returning with us on the 6th of August, a Wednesday. What else? Oh, Dr. Jerry Tennant. Top Doc mode resumes when he makes it to our airways on the 11th. A unique way he had to figure out to rescue himself from serious neurological injury and damage after stroke. And he actually said to himself, look, if I don't find a way to correct me, nobody else is. Pretty bold statement. I'll be doggone if he didn't go out and do it. and he's patented his way of correcting medical disorders. We'll let Dr. describe how it is that he goes about what he does, using voltage as his mantra. And don't forget that eye protocol on the 18th, 19th, and 20th. So there you go. That's how it's shaped up so far. We'll get more of the top docs in here in the month of August. It is top doc summer. I know you've really enjoyed the guests we've had so far. They've been very powerful, and the more powerful ones are yet still to come, or equally as powerful, probably better said, and will be available to bring you and let you meet them, just as I did when we all met up in Phoenix a couple of months ago. Okay, let's take a short break. And in the interim, you may decide to take over this place. You got questions, comments, anything at all on anything we're doing here, you can give us a call at 412-825-6262 and take over the place. I'm going to come back and talk to you about how to get that day started. 6 battle cries to get your day going. 6 mantras that may help you get out of bed with a new outlook. Be right back in a moment. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AM Impact on Your Health. We're here in KHB 620 each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney with you today. In a Wednesday morning version of the show, we're going to open it up and allow you to come on in at any moment if you'd like to talk about whatever's on your mind. I always have a couple things on my plate, and I'll get to them today. Battle cries to get you out of bed in the morning is how I'm going to start with. 6 mantras you should say every morning. I don't think all 6. One of the 6. Maybe you ought to do it. But if you'd like to have a mind to take over the place, give us a call at 412-825-6262, and I'll listen for a knock on the door, and I'll let you in the store. It appears that we have that knock. Why don't you come on in and set the agenda? What's on your mind? Go right ahead.
Dr. Courtney, I'm wondering when you're going to have the program on blood irradiation, or when you're going to start doing it.
Ultraviolet blood irradiation is been in full swing here in the office since since mid-April. It really got kicked off at the same time we did the ozone therapies, and so it goes hand in hand with the intravenous administration of ozone, which we have been doing since mid-April. a common and almost 100% rule is if someone is getting ozone therapy intravenously, they are allowed to have that blood pass through an ultraviolet blood irradiator and impart frequencies from that passage from the ultraviolet lamps into the blood itself. It's one heck. I think I put this way. I say when it comes to being an antimicrobial miracle, there's no better a combination, a double whammy, if you will, of ozone combined with ultraviolet blood irradiation. Nothing can survive that onslaught. So it's been here for a while. It's being utilized every single day. And if you think you have any microbial infections at all, whether they be virus, bacteria, parasitic, or fungi, this is the double whammy combination that I'd recommend that you pursue.
Is it necessary to do both of them?
You probably would want to be. Is it absolutely necessary? Yeah, here I think it is, because you have to have a vehicle by which the frequency is carried into the body, and the clear fluids, that IV fluids that one passes through, are able to capture those frequencies. So you really need to be taking a blood sample and get it up in an IV bag. You wouldn't necessarily have to have ozone. That'd be true. But you could do just a blood infusion back into you after it had been irradiated by ultraviolet light. But you need blood to be able to absorb the frequencies, because the clear fluids, like let's say saline or D5W or whatever, that would not be able to capture that kind of energy and take it back into the body.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Do you know anything about iritis?
Iritis?
Yeah, that's an inflammation of the iris of the eye, and it's very vision threatening.
Oh, hey, we've had a number of cases of it, even in our last go around here. So, one thing I guess I've become very familiar with is a lot of these eye disorders, and yes, I'm very familiar with iritis. Do you suffer from it?
Yes, I do, and it reoccurs periodically. The last time I had an episode was in April, and then just recently it flared up again. And we have no idea what's causing it. It's just something in my body that flares it up.
Well, either it's immunologically provoked, so there needs to be something done that would prevent that immunological response from occurring, or it's microbially provoked. And although just sitting here talking to you right now, I really couldn't, off the top of my head, say which one you would be. But those are the two best guesses for why someone is continually afflicted with this. And I would say with the treatment protocol that we have, absolutely would be something that we should be able to correct and reverse, even within the 3-day program that we offer. So I would urge you to find out more about the eye program. Have you heard us talk about it before?
Yes, I have.
Please go to PittsburghEyeProtocol.com, and the entire eye program is discussed there. It's always at my website, linked to Dr. Ed Kondrat's really busy site called HealingTheEye.com. Between the two of those sites, maybe you can get comfortable with coming in to meet us so we could talk about how we can get that corrected, okay?
Okay, that's a permanent correction?
Well, I don't know how effective I can say the word permanent forever, never to have to come back again. Tough for me to make words like that. But that we can usually reverse whatever problems we are confronted with and get them turned around so that they are never coming back. That's always our goal and objective. And we hit it most of the time, ma'am. Most of the time.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, one day I also get the date when you said Dr. Tennant, with the electronics.
Oh, Dr. Jerry Tennant. You know him, huh? You know Dr. Tennant's work.
No, just from what I've heard you say.
Okay, well, he's certainly a no-miss kind of guy. You wouldn't want to miss it. He's going to be our guest on the show of August 11th. That's a Monday, August 11th.
Okay.
Dr. Jerry Tennant. Most of these top docs were so superior. Everybody that I talked to said, "Oh my goodness, these top docs are amazing," and they're going to become more amazing, not less amazing. You'll see. So
how can we get a copy of that book on the 20 top docs?
It is on Amazon.com, and I think the way it got there. Pardon me.
What do I ask for?
Well, let me just get that thing. I got one of the few copies here in Pennsylvania. Here it is. I'm going to pull it out so I give you the exact title, and that is Top 20 Alternative Doctors in America Can Improve Your Health. That's pretty long title, but that's it. And there are 20 participants. Each of us wrote a chapter in this book. And what they come from is Dr. Condrat does a radio show out of Phoenix, Arizona. And over the course of the last couple of years, his interviews of all these people, me included, led to him to say, you know what, why don't I take and just transcribe the radio interview that I did with that particular doctor, and it turned out to be the basis of this book. So you'll see Dr. Condrat's name all through here as asking questions, and then each of the top docs answering those questions. It really serves as a nice format to have. Well, we had that big conference out in Phoenix. A book has emerged. You're hearing these great people that I never would have met before had we not had that opportunity. I hope you enjoy our Top Doc Summer. Get to Amazon.com and dial that thing up, and you can get a copy too.
Okay, it's Top 20 Alternative Doctors in America to Improve Your Health.
Can improve your health, yes.
Okay, and who's the author? Is Dr. Condrat the author?
I think he claims authorship, but there are 20 authors. He just happened to be asking the questions, but he's involved with each and every one of those interviews.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Oh, keep listening to us and check us out for that eye program. We really would like to help your iritis, okay? All right, folks, I think she's gone. A lot contained in that. But the top docs, and you don't want to miss Dr. Jerry Tennant, I got to tell you that. So the young lady was wise to get the date completely confirmed. Hey, we got another knock on the door. Why don't you come on in the store? Hello and welcome aboard. What's on your mind?
Yes, Dr. Courtney, I was wondering, you read Dr. Levy's book, right?
Oh, Death by Calcium, sure have.
Now, I heard you mention that they was saying that dental problems have so many impacts on one's health. I was wondering, did he mention anything about, for example, like osteoporosis and dental cavities or dental problems?
Well, let's just say the issue of dental problems that he was discussing are the various things that dentists do to us in order to help us. It turns out they literally will maim us if we allow them to happen. They do three things. They fill teeth, they root canal teeth, and they pull them. And in each case, man, have they screwed it up. For the longest time, they were using mercury. Bad choice, and that mercury amalgam. Then doing a root canal, as it turns out, although the pearly white stays in your mouth, after the pain problems resolve, it's a dead tooth, and there's all sorts of problems with that. And then finally, pulling a tooth and not removing the ligament that attaches that tooth to the bone, and it is just not done, not taught in any dental school, leads to 3 catastrophic issues regarding dentistry. You really got to hunt for biological dentistry in order to either A, prevent you from sliding down your ideal health cliff and into disaster, or to pull you back up if you've already slid down that cliff, because here we are as adults, we've already had the majority of our dental interventions by the time adulthood has come around, only to find out we got to get that fixed because there are tremendous health consequences to what was done to us. So biological dentistry is where you got to go.
Well, it seems that Hal Huggins seems like only a couple of things he recommends: biocompatible composites, bridges or partial bridges, and non-metal bridges, and dentures, and nothing else.
Well, I remember that, of course, Hal was very influential in my growth and development on dental issues. In fact, for a while there, Dr. Hal Huggins used to come to, of all places, Bridgeville twice a year, and we had a special program where we treated people from literally all over the world that wanted to be treated by the great Hal Huggins. So I had the opportunity to learn from him, and what a learning experience that was. But Hal, when he was doing this, he was not keen on, let's say, using implants. Their implants were a no-no for him. Now the materials have gotten so good that there actually you can use an implant to be able to fill a hole that may be created by a root canal tooth that you had to pull, or an extracted tooth anyway. So there are permanent fixes that actually are compatible with how the biological dentist can do now, because the materials have changed so much that they actually can be healthy. And in the day of Hal Huggins, and his books were written in the 1970s, those materials weren't invented yet. But that's 40 years ago, and there's been quite an advancement, and there are materials available now. And they say ceramic and what was the one? It slipped my mind.
Zirconium?
What would you say?
Zirconium oxide?
Zirconium oxide. There you go. For some reason, this is the one that all the biological dentists that I know appear to gravitate toward. Now, by the way, they don't do it on a whim. They actually test to make certain that you don't have any immunological issues that you bring up against zirconium oxide. However, it's very rare that it is a problem for people, and they can implant it. It is their go-to substance when it comes to implanted teeth. Yes.
Well, I did call the Huggins Center. They didn't. Well, at least the lady I talked to there, she said she was they were kind of against even zirconium.
There's a whole realm of biological dentistry that's emerged thanks to Hal Huggins. And whereas in the day that he was the only one that appreciated this, his word was the gospel. But there's so many docs in it now that are biologically trained that I tend to go with the newer way of thinking, that there are ways of implanting teeth to give you the stability of a tooth that just doesn't move, it doesn't come out, and still be safe health-wise. So it's my opinion that you can use them as long as there is an immunological compatibility, and you have to be tested for that.
Do you have a list at your office of these dentists? Or
boy, there are so few in the area that actually would qualify as biological dentists, but if you give us a call, I can give you an idea of where to go. Yes.
Okay. One last thing. Caffeine, some people claim that interferes with calcium in the body somehow, either by absorption or in some other manner. What do you know anything about that?
Let's just say that the calcium that you're going to be obtaining through foods, which is the only form of calcium, and it's been a while since I've said this, so I want to get it off my shoulder for not having mentioned it. Have you thrown away your calcium supplements today? Has been my battle cry. And have you poured that glass of milk down the sink? By the way, have you? Because it's certainly what Dr. Levy would have professed that you do. And when it comes to eating foods that contain calcium, I don't know of any inhibitor to the absorption of that. I don't think caffeine is a impediment to the absorption of that form of calcium coming from plants. No, I think everything's okay with it.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you, Dr. Courtney.
Absolutely. Enjoy all the questions. Very good. A lot of dental questions out there, folks. And boy, there is quite a bit to be done when it comes to the dental realm. Anyway, you see we are here. We're allowing you to come on in today and set the agenda just by dialing us up at 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. Now, I had a patient in my office yesterday that said, you know what? I wanted to hear you talk about the 6 mantras to start your day, and you never got to it. I said, well, we got so busy there on Monday with people calling up. I promise I'll get to it today. So Why don't we get this out of the way? If it was one of you that were also looking for these little things you can say to yourself to help confront your day, to get you moving on your day, I'm glad to have the opportunity to pass them off to you. Here are 6 well-chosen battle cries of your day. 6 mantras to start you in the morning. So the description comes from Jen Cohen Crompen. This was published on April 14th, 2014, so not too long ago. She says, when we wake up to get our day started, some days we are less motivated than others. And let's be real, sometimes we are just dead tired and crawling out of bed is the last thing we want to do. But engaging in a little pep talk to help those feet hit the floor just might help. She says there are 6 mantras. They may help you get out of bed in the morning. Here we go. Number 1. The first of the battle cries is, I can do this. I love that one. I can do this. A lot of times our first thoughts when we wake lead to feelings of being overwhelmed or feelings of being exhausted about the day ahead before we even get started moving. By taking those feelings in stride and focusing on our ability to make things happen, we can turn our thoughts into something positive. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, think about taking the day's responsibilities one step at a time and knowing that you can do it. So, the battle cry, I can do this, may get those feet sliding out of bed and hitting the floor. Number 2, battle cry, time to live for today. Now she says something interesting here. She goes, the other day someone said, one of the best quotes I've ever heard. She said, we get closer to death every day, which is just one more reason to make sure we're living. And she said that sat with her very well, and she felt very introspective and took the quote word for word, which led her to realize that there's so much truth in the statement. If we aren't taking today to live our lives, then what are we doing? Simply put it, learn to live. So the battle cry, time to live for the day, has great value when trying to get motivated and start your day. Battle cry number 3, let's make a difference. Each day we have the opportunity to do something. We have a chance to make a difference in the small and big ways. Making a difference could simply be through sharing a smile or a story, giving words of encouragement, making a donation, or writing a blog post. We're lucky enough to be here, so why not take the time to make a difference in one opportunity or one life? Let's make a difference. Will that get you going in the morning? How about number 4? I like this one. Something awesome is going to happen today. What an outlook that would be, huh? This is really about having faith in the day. We have no idea what the next 24 hours may hold for us, but having the belief that something amazing is going to happen might just be the catalyst to create and accepting the awesomeness that's on its way over. I love that one. Number 5. Here's an interesting one. When battling getting out of bed or staying in bed, this is a battle cry. She says, work. It goes something like this. You say, why not? In the words of my mentor, Gene Groover, I'm talking about the author now, always think, what if, why not? These questions make you think about the best and the worst case scenarios of every situation. What if you take a chance and do something awesome? Why not take the plunge? Oftentimes, by asking ourselves these questions, we can visualize the highest success and realize that the possibility of failing isn't that devastating. The worst that could happen usually isn't that bad, but hey, we at least tried. Number 6, the last of the battle cry. By the way, there must be a bunch of stuff. I mean, you don't need all 6 to get out of bed. Just pick one. How about this one for the closer? No time is better than now. It's not a myth that there's never a right time for anything. And there really isn't a perfect time. We always think that we need to wait to make more money, be in a better physical state, etc. Sometimes these are things we can control, and we can work toward making the situation better. But often we just end up finding other excuses, making us feel like the time isn't right. Just accept that there will never be a perfect time. And doing something now is better than waiting and winding up doing nothing. There is no time better than now. And it's appropriate that that be our sixth mantra, battle cry, to get up and get out of bed and get moving. Many more than 6, I'm sure. These were 6 great ones to kick it off. I'm glad I had the opportunity. And I thank Jen, what was her name again? Jen Cohen Crompton for providing them for us. Enjoyed bringing them to you. All right. We're going to take a short break. And in the interim, we'll be right back. We open it up to you today. If you got a mind to come on in here to do so, just dial us up at 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. We will be back in just a moment. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to AIM Impact on Your Health. Heard here on KHB 620 each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 9. I'm Dr. Dennis Courtney with you today in a Wednesday morning version of the show. We've opened it up. We're allowing you to come on in and set the agenda as you may see it. You do so by dialing us up at 412-825-6262. That's 412-825-6262. There'll be a knock on the door, and I will let you in the store. Sort of blurb caught my attention. Pain relief, pain relievers. You may have heard this. I did hear this a bit in the background over one of the news shows this past weekend. But it has to do with a very common pain reliever that just about every one of us has in our home. I'm talking about acetaminophen, otherwise known as Tylenol. Anyway, a pretty interesting study was published in the Lancet. This is the British journal, medical journal, akin to the AMA journal, and highly prestigious. But a study published Thursday in the Lancet found patients who took acetaminophen for low back pain had the same recovery time as those that took a placebo or sugar pill. And this is a study that was funded by GlaxoSmithKline. When something like this, researchers in Australia took 1,643 patients with low back pain. Each was assigned to a different group for the experiment. There were 3 groups. The first group of 550 took 665 milligram tablets of acetaminophen a day, as well as 1 to 2 placebo tablets, meaning sugar pills. A second group of 546 patients took 6 placebos and 2 500 milligrams of the acetaminophen. And the third group took nothing but the sugar pills. Well, the authors found that there was no difference in the recovery time across all three groups when it comes to relieving pain, suggesting that acetaminophen is an ineffective treatment for low back pain. Now, they're not having you abandoning the use of this for right now, but with as much problems and side effects that come from the use of acetaminophen, liver failures, kidney failures, and the like, to think that you may be taking large amounts of this to relieve pain and not really getting any benefit from it suggests you really should be thinking of another way. So if it comes to fevers, acetaminophen works great. If it comes for inflammation, it appears to do well. So that's antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, but analgesic, not too hot. And we'll let it go at that. Hey, we got another knock on the door. Come on in the store. Hello, welcome aboard. What's on your mind? Go right ahead.
Good morning, Dr. Courtney.
Hello.
Before I ask you my question, which is very important to me, I just want to thank you for having that man on that talked about, I don't want to take time, but I think his name was Najjar.
Oh, Mr. George Najjar. He's the CEO and president of Beresha. He was an interesting fellow, was he not?
Very, 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 very interesting, enlightening, inspiring.
Yeah.
And causing me to want to learn more about it through you, of course.
Well, you know, I find it usually CEOs are so distant. I never met one, and you know, nobody would take the time to talk to me. But there he was, getting up at 5 in the morning, and he certainly sounded like he was interested in us, and that
very interesting and interested in working with you. Made me feel good because he wants to bring everything down to us through you. See the pathway.
You know, that little funny story that I actually had spoken to him for a few minutes about a month before and asking the people who I was with, somebody named George was talking to me. Who's George? And to hear them tell me, hey, guy, he's the owner and the CEO, my mouth dropped. My mouth just dropped wide open and think that I didn't know that.
He's so personal.
But he's so personal, yeah. So I'm looking forward to someday in the near future to meet this guy. I'm sure he's going to be a gem of a guy when I meet him face to face, because he certainly was a gentleman by meeting him on the airways, and I think everybody who listened to the show appreciated it. By the way, that company is going to go skyrocket, going to go volatile. The products are one of a kind. Make sure you try them, Teresa. They're so great tasting, and they're burning fat off by doing nothing other than just drinking the drink. So whether it's the coffees, the teas, or that lemonade, once you drink it, it's going to work and provoking the burning of calories, and you're going to lose fat just by drinking the drink, for goodness sake.
I want to ask you, is there any way I could ever, in an appropriate way, get in touch with him? Because I have a suggestion for him to add.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know that on the website, he's plastered all over the place, and he has a way of you sending him an email, okay? So that the answer to your question is, he takes input from everybody, and he's right there on the website and so accessible that he will respond. So go to the website. Just the easiest way to get...
What will I put in?
Well, you go to Pittsburgh Eye Protocol.
Pittsburgh Eye Protocol, meaning not EYE.
Yeah, I do mean EYE. Pittsburgh Eye Protocol. My website for the eye program we
Protocol.
did. PittsburghEyeProtocol.com.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the eye. Is he in your eye protocol?
Well, no, I just made it easy so everybody could get there by going to PittsburghEyeProtocol.com.
I got it.
On the opening page, click on the icon marked Products. And then what comes up, it says Beresha International. Click on that, and that takes you right to the website where you got George. He does these little 2-minute blurbs. You got a bunch of those. But he has an email way to respond to him right there at the site. So if you have a recommendation for George, he listens to everybody, and he'll be happy to hear from you. So go ahead, Teresa.
I think he would. I think he's very down to earth.
Yeah, great guy.
Very lovely. and a personality for a man that's in business like that.
Okay, what else can I help you with today?
Question. I'm going to call Kim, your office manager, this very morning, because I'm planning to get ready. But after talking to her on the phone the other day, after talking with you, that I can get the IV nutrition I need from you. I don't have to go far away.
Oh, yeah, weren't you asking about peroxide? Wasn't that what?
Hydrogen peroxide and vitamin C. I already had a 2-hour vitamin C trip with a medical doctor elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why I didn't call Kim and ask him.
Oh, yeah, that's it's pretty much a staple item around here. I'm sure the other doctor treated you very well. Maybe we're just closer to you. I don't know, but
no. I mean, and I think Kim is so wonderful. Your office manager, she's wonderful to talk to. Very competent, very nice. I don't know why I didn't call her.
Oh yeah, check us out first. We usually do most, if not all, these therapies. I've been doing them for years, so.
But I'm in touch with her now, and I'm going to call her today. The thing is, she's going to get me ready. She asked me if I have. Some people call it a port.
Mm-hmm.
People call it some kind of a pick. And then instead of the needle for the IV every day, you go to the hospital, but you don't have to stay in the hospital and have it done in a sterile environment to have it done. She's going to help me do that. Is that what we're to do?
Well, if you have...
I don't have one of those ports.
Okay, well, let's just say you don't necessarily have to have one. There are two situations where it would be advisable to get what's called a PICC line in.
Or a PICC line, that's what it's called.
It's called a PICC line.
Yeah.
And the two situations would be, number one, if you have poor peripheral venous access, if you don't have very good veins, then rather than going through the trauma and turmoil, get the PICC line.
Okay.
And number two, if you're going to be doing multiple IVs, not just one or two, and you want to get up to high concentrations of the vitamin C, then you can't do that through a peripheral vein. You've got to use a larger vein, and that'll require a PICC line. So those are the two situations where either because of the frequent the inability to get good venous access peripherally, I'd have to say someone who's getting frequent IVs, even if they have good veins, probably would benefit from a PICC line. And the third case would be just being able to give high concentrations of vitamin C, which is completely healthy, but those little veins can't handle high concentrations because they get necrotic and they just fry shut. So those are the three situations, and if any of those three apply to you, we have to order the PICC line through a prescription, and it is insurance covered. So
that's what Kim told me.
Yeah, it is.
But I want to ask you, Dr. Courtney, should I make an appointment with you? How do I determine if I am a candidate for all this? And
yeah, because I actually don't know what your intentions are. If your intention is to pursue a protocol of lengthy number of these, then I would say that in that category, yes, get the PICC line.
Oh, just go ahead and get it. Don't even have to make an appointment with you.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to call us so that we can order the PICC line.
Yeah, that's what Kim wanted me to do, is to check with her to get me ready for the PICC line.
That's right.
You're saying I don't really have to make an. I'll talk to Kim about it. We'll decide.
Okay, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you, dear.
Dr. Courtney.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
There you have it. Good old Teresa. It's opened up today. We're allowing you to come on and set the agenda as you see it, giving us a call at 412-825-6262. We got just about 8 minutes left. Still plenty of time to get in on this if you got a mind to. Thought I'd share just briefly what I call the products and the protocols of some of the things we do around here. Product-wise, I get often asked, what do I recommend for this? What do I recommend for that? And what I have done is taken all the products that in a standard way that I recommend, and I've put them on my website, and I've chosen the Pittsburgh Eye Protocol for the website that allows me to advertise all of those. So I say if you're interested in just seeing what supplements I ordinarily recommend, and there aren't many of them, there are very few, to be quite honest with you, go to PittsburghEyeProtocol.com, and on the opening page, click on the icon marked Products. And then it takes you to a page, a lengthy page, that you can scroll down through and see all the various supplements that I recommend. The Beresha line, the entire Beresha line is visible by going to that site. That makes it very easy. And once you click onto that site, you actually enter it into the portal, the Dr. Courtney portal, that allows you to purchase those things if you would like to, because you can't do it without somebody letting you in. So that one already opens the door for you. Also, the big three of the supplements that I've been professing fills the gap, meeting what I call the 6 categories of supplements that everybody needs to take. The first product is called F3. I love that product. It is not a synthetic. It is not a whole food. It is a group of algae. There are 3 of them. Spirulina, Metacoccus pluvialis, and Dunionella salina. There is no finer way to get the nutrients that you need every day, and all the nutrients that you need every day coming to you in one product. I've never seen it before. It's an organic derived one-cell plants. They're all assimilable. That F3 is a product that I can absolutely put my reputation behind. Oil-wise, I like to think that the only company that actually makes an oil in the right ratio, 4:1, that's a ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s, 4:1. This thing about fish oil, I'll say again, fish oil is hazardous to your health. It's strictly omega-3 only, and highly sophisticated omega-3 at that. We learned in 1993 through an Israeli scientist whose name is Shlomo Yehuda. That is pretty Israeli, isn't it? Anyway, he determined scientifically that we need basement oils, starter oils, building block oils, and EPA and DHA are not building block. They are top of the roof shingles, for goodness sake. But one company, Body Bio, makes a product called 4:1 oil. They actually mix the omega-6s, which are primrose and safflower, along with the omega-3s, which are flax and chia, in the 4:1 ratio. Send out the batch to be analyzed, and makes it real easy, because I can't see any of you out there mixing up a batch of 4:1 in your kitchen. It's just not the way you do things. Probably better that you don't. Anyway, 4:1 oil is the other signature product I recommend. Then the third product of the big 3. So there's F3, there's 4:1 oil. The other big product is called astaxanthin. It is the antioxidant of choice. It is the most potent antioxidant known to man. Comes in a 12 milligram capsule, and you should know by now the conversion rate for astaxanthin is that 1 12 milligram capsule has the equivalent antioxidant potential of 72,000 milligrams of vitamin C. It's unbelievable. Those 3 products are on the website at PittsburghEyeProtocol.com. Also, you'll find Neo 40, a big hit here. We're treating a lot of people with hypertension utilizing Neo 40, which is a patented way to elevate and increase your nitric oxide level. It actually works. The old arginine trick that we thought was going to work when nitric oxide first made it to the scene, which was in 1998, after the 3 guys won the Nobel for it, didn't pan out. We didn't get increased nitric oxide levels through ingesting L-arginine, but we're sure getting them now with the use of Neo 40. We have both a professional sample as well as a non-professional. The difference is in the amount of the substances that generate the nitric oxide. The professional product only can be ordered through a doctor. We have it here for you. That pretty much rounds out the product. Keeping in mind our protocols, these are the areas that I think that just about every patient that I see falls into one of these, the need for one of these categories of correction. Thyroid is absolutely a big issue here. And I guess the newest change in my office is the men now need to be certain that they're put on thyroid correction, and the women absolutely, and have been being dealt with correctly. I apologize to the men. They have not. LDA to correct immunological problems such as allergic reactions and autoimmune reactions, our eye treatment program. And then finally, haven't you heard about this one? The Ozone Express and the Protozone Express. These two are fighting a lot of systemic as well as local problems in a way, well, quite frankly, I've never seen before. It's a pleasure to be able to bring them to you. And for more about that, I refer you to my website at djcmd.com. And on the opening page, click on the icon marked Archives. In the search engine for YouTube, that's where it takes you, I want you to type in Courtney /Schallenberger/Ozone. And what will come up will be 3 shows entitled Ozone 1, Ozone 2, and Ozone 3. Those are the 3 shows we did with Frank. When you get done listening to those, you'll probably want to give us a call and come on to be seen, because nobody does it better than Frank. And was happy to have him with us back there. It was January, February, and April. I got bongos in the background, signaling our time out of here. Enjoyed spending the time with you today. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. It's Beresha Friday. Dr. Andrew Amistos here. More about the 4 great products, on the way to 7, by the way. Total of 7 products will ultimately occupy the line. Right now we're at 4. More on those products on Friday. Until then, this is Dr. Dennis Courtney saying so long for AIM Impact on Your Health.